Hey guys, how are you doing today? It's Agnes here, your laptop lifestyle architect and OBM. I hope everyone's doing well. I hopped on this quick video to share with you the basics from Trello and how it works. So let's just start it with it. Trello is a project management software or tool or platform where you can create boards, and on the boards you have lists and checklists and everything possible. When you join, then you most likely have only one board from a welcome board from Trello, but you can easily change that and create a new board. You can create also teams that you can see on the left hand side, and in the different teams you can have different people seeing the boards, and you can add up to, I think in the free version, up to 10 boards. Okay, so but one of them what I shared with you is the Aqua single board, which stands for Amazing Content Creation on Autopilot. And I really appreciate that you guys beta test it and let me know how it's working out for you. So this is one of the boards. If you are here, then you can copy it for yourself. In the first start here list, I just talking about that, but basically you go to here, right hand side, show menu, more, and you can copy the board to yourself. If you choose none, if you don't have any team, that ends on your main dashboard. Keep the cards because that's what we want. So we hit create. Oh, we have to name it, of course. Beta testing, copy something that you know, or just content creation or something like that, and you create. You're copying it over, it starts to think, and then you have it. You can see that that's the name. It's a personal one, it's private, and you're the only person who's seeing it. So welcome to your first board, right? What you can do, okay, so the whole one is a board. You can do fancy things. I'm not sure if that's interesting for you, but changing the background, you can choose colors or photos. They are so cool. They added Unsplash photos here, so you can personalize it easily, but by one click. And then you can have something pretty cool there. Okay, so that's changing the background, which is not so important, but for us ladies it might be good. So you have lists, what you can do, right? So add another list. Here you can see you name the list as you want to, and you just hit enter. You can add, I think, as many as possible. I never reached the maximum number of lists, so I don't think that there is such thing. And with here at the bottom, you can just go left and right with the handle. So these are the lists, and by each list you can add a card. I usually call them tasks. So this is one task for me, and you enter the name, you hit enter, and then you get this. You can click on it and you can open it up. One task or one card is endless possibility, but really you can add the description, whatever you want to, right? And resources, links, everything what you want to. How I use it usually. How I use it usually, it's I'm adding the resources, the main point, what I would like to do, but you will see that on the other tasks. You can add comments, which is really cool when you have more than one people working on it. You can tag people, and then it will inform them. They will get a notification about it. You can, after you are adding a comment, you can delete the comment, so that's not a problem. You can also edit, so there is nothing really, you can even add cool emojis and stuff like that. And if there are more than one, then you can see the whole history. So it's even good back in the days when I worked as a VA and as a vertical lead. It was really good to communicate with the clients, and then you had everything under one task, right? So if it was social media management, we had one task, and all the communications were under that, and I was able to go back months and months and see what happened and why it happened, and things like this. So that's pretty cool. If you are a one-person business, then I usually just use it to note to myself, right, to add something what I really don't want to forget, or something what is really important, or something what comes up. By the member area, if you have teams, you can add people, and then when you go out, you see the little icon. So if there are more than one people working on one board, then it's easy to see that that one person is working on that or not. And also under show menu, somewhere you have a filter the cards, and you can filter it to members and a couple of other things as well. So that just makes easier, right? I just want to see the things what I need to do. But it is only interesting if you are working in a team. You can create labels with the edit button after the color. You can do something like you name the color itself and you save it, and then when you are adding it, the label will appear, and you are able to identify things quickly, like done, in progress, waiting for client, or something like that. It can be really helpful. You can straight away identify what's happening. Under checklists, and that's my favorite. Under checklists, you can create you can change the title, you can add the checklist, and then you have things like this, right? So you can add the checklist. Also, if you, let me just copy something from somewhere. If you have a listing, or if you have something short description, here it is. Look at this. You copy the list, you go in here, add a new item, you paste it, and it adds it one by one. Isn't that cool? It's cool. I think it's pretty cool. So, and when you are done with something, you are just ticking the box, and you can see the percentage, what you've already achieved. It's so satisfying. And you can hide the completed item as well, just to make sure that it's not, it doesn't bother you, and you feel good that only a couple of them left. What other thing is cool as well? From the checklist, you can copy checklists from other tasks. So if you want to duplicate something, then it's pretty cool that, for example, I can, from the creative field, the content calendar, I can add here the checklist. So I'm adding it, and see, it appears here, and I don't need to add one by one. So if you are not copying the whole task, then it's pretty handy that you can just copy a checklist from somewhere. You can create templates. You can go really nuts with this. I love it. I love it. Okay, so that's the checklist. You can add due dates. So let's say it's tomorrow. Set a reminder 5 minutes before it happens. You can add the date and time and save it, and then the date will appear here, and here as well on the task you can see that. And also it will change color when it's almost due, or when it's, oh sorry, that's German, right? Fast. No, that's German. Almost is English. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that's the due date. You can attach from your computer, Dropbox, anything, PDFs, anything, what resources, what you might need. And I have toggle added, which is toggle. No, it's just toggle. It's time tracking, basically. If you create, it's a free tool. If you create an account, you can track your time according to projects and stuff like that. So if I hit start here, it will appear here on my list in Toggle. It's not necessary, but it's an interesting way to handle, you know, if you're working for clients, or if you just want to know for yourself how much time do you spend. You just had to hit the start the timer. You need to choose the project, you need to add filters, or and then stop the timer, and it will appear on the Toggle account. You can move the cards, right? You choose a different board, and you choose the different list and even the position, and you can move the card. So this means this is position 1, this is position 2, and this is position 3. I can just copy it over to another position, another card, or another board. I can copy as it is with the checklist with labels. Obviously, you can remove also the other things, but you title the task and create a card, and that's it, which is handy. And this is what we will do by the template, right? Because we will need for each of these, we will need a new one for each month or each week, or whenever you decide to create a new content. Okay, so that's the copying and moving. You can watch or not watch. I think it's the due date. You can archive and you can delete the task itself. And there are send to board. You can also share it with a link, or you can email someone to get the notification, or get the, you know, only this task, only this card. There are a little bit extras. Buying power-ups. I think in the free version you have only one power-up, maybe. What I usually use for the repeater. So power-ups are pretty cool things. You can automate or connect different platforms like Butler, Xerox, Slack, for example, if you are using it for your team, Google Drive, Calendar, and stuff like that. What I usually use it for is what's that called? Repeater, card repeater. Yes, that's the one. This board has reached the power-ups. I guess that's because of the toggle. But basically, the card repeater, it helps you to schedule something and then recreate or copy the task itself. So let's say I would do that. Let me just close it. I will add the repeater here for this template, and saying, oh, here it is. Look at it. A repeater, I will say I'm doing my content creation on every Monday, every week. Create a copy to this list at the top at 12 p.m. And then I save it. Next repeat is on the 6th of May, which is tomorrow, which will copy the exact same task as it is for you to start working on it. And then this way you are not changing the master, but you are doing you're doing your new one. So you're working with the new one. So that's it basically, guys. Another thing, you know, once you are done with something, you can create a done list if you want to you know, check back and stuff like that when the next time you know, you might need something. And then you are just moving from the process, you are just moving the card to done, for example. Okay, so I think this is basically it. That's your quick recap from Trello and the quick introduction. I hope it helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to you know, just work around or play around with Trello. Please make sure when you are joining my board, please make sure that you're copying it over to yourself with the show menu and more, and copy the board. because if you change something on my end, it will change for everyone. So that's why I recommend to copy it over for yourself, and then you can start to update as well everything, the links and everything, guys. Okay, cool, guys. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day and speak to you soon.